Hello there and welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and exciting news is we had a new ban list come up that is going to be effective as soon as we hit March 15th, which will be this next Monday. Most of the list will take place a little bit before that, it looks like. There's a little bit of confusion. Rather than try to show you guys a web page, all I did was went ahead and printed out a bit of the web page. I got the UK site. It doesn't matter. TCG is TCG, guys. I just love that they still have this this banner here, so I usually go there. Now, everybody knows, if it's forbidden, you're not allowed to have it. Limited is a single copy. Semi-limited is 2. And anything that's not on the list is 3. They do have the note, says the change to Firewall Dragon does not take effect until April 14th. So I'm not exactly sure if that's supposed to mean that there's a day where you get to play the old ban list with Firewall Dragon, or if they should have just said, look, this takes effect on the 15th, and just totally made that null and void. Now, there wasn't that many changes, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole stack here. That's really just my own notes. And that's just for when we're going to talk about, like, what actually changed. So, like, we had 3 cards get banned, and these 3 cards got banned from being at 3s. So, real quick, the first one that shows up on that list is Union Carrier. So, this link to allowed you to link any 2 monsters with the same type or attribute. Could not be used as link material the turn that you link summon this card. You were able to target a face-up monster that you control, equip it with a monster from either your hand or the deck with the same original type or attribute. That monster gaining 1,000 points. And if you equipped a card from the main deck, you couldn't special summon cards with that name for the rest of the turn. Now, I was going to use this in a redo for Machina, and, well, that's fine. We're not going to be able to do that. This would help any deck that was using Union, if we're being totally honest. But one of the things that this did was this actually got Dragon Buster Destruction Sword banned because of its ability while this card was equipped to a monster. Equip this card, and while this is equipped to a monster, the opponent cannot special summon monsters from their extra deck. And what you were doing was, in any deck where you were playing basically Darks or Dragons, you were just able to run this guy just nonstop. And Dragon Buster Destruction Sword was just phenomenally good. Now, what they did do, and I'm jumping around a little bit, Dragon Buster is going to go back up to 3. So it's going to go from 0 to 3. The real target should have always been the Union Carrier. And I'm glad to see that Konami actually made up for the mistake back then. Additionally, we have 2 other good cards going away. We got number S0 Utopic Zexal. Just real quick, let's talk about that. So this is 3 number Xyz monsters with the same rank. This is a go-to for anybody who's playing Numerons like me. And of course, this should have been banned a little while ago, but with the Numerons finally starting to it seemingly catch on, this was one of your endgame states was going into this character. This card's original rank is always treated as 1. You can also Xyz this by discarding 1 rank up normal spell, then using a Utopia monster you control as Xyz material, transferring the materials, which is fine. This card's Xyz summon cannot be negated. When Xyz summoned, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be cannot be activated. Gains 1,000 attack and defense for every material attached. Once per turn, opponent's turn. Detach material from this, and your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated this turn. So it was a giant middle finger to your opponent. You basically, you're like, okay, your turn, and now you don't really do anything. You pass, my turn again, and then you just keep pressing your advantage. I'm excited. I do want to redo Numerons without this to show that they can still function as a deck, and they will function differently. So this is actually a very surprising, cool challenge for me. And the last card that got banned was the True King of All Calamities. And I think this was something that everybody pretty much saw. And to create this character, it's just any 2+ level 9 monsters. So it could be anywhere between, again, since you could use the extra zone, anywhere between 2 and 6 to create it. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach material from this card and declare an attribute. This turn, all face-up monsters on the field become that attribute. Also, all monsters in your opponent's possession with that attribute cannot activate their effects or attack. Since it's a quick effect, that's either turn. And again, this is a giant, okay, you're not doing anything this turn type effect. The last part was kind of miscellaneous as far as the way people were playing this. And that is just monsters that True Draco and True King monsters in your hand would destroy with their effects can be chosen from the opponent's field. And again, if you were playing True King, True Draco, this allowed you to just kind of be more bullish about blasting the field. Again, it's the first effect. It's that total nullification that made this card go to the ban list. And you know what? It's fine. I'm not sad to see it go. Everything has its own time. And this one has had it. Then we have the cards going to 1. Now, I believe this is the only card, double checking my list off camera here right quick. And yeah, believe it or not, only the 1. And so that would be the Cyber Angel Benton. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. This card is going down to 1 outside of instead of an outright ban due to Drytron decks. The Drytron engine is very strong, my friends. It is definitely something worth trying out if you have the money to play the Novas and the Meteonis Drytron. And of course, Cyber Angel Benton allowed for a very cool version of this. So with the way this is used, you can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original defense in the graveyard. And here's the last part. If this card is tributed, you can add 1 light fairy monster from the deck to your hand. And there is an extensive control aspect that allowed you to play the Heralds of the Light. And I want to say you maybe went like, depending on how far, you definitely wanted maybe like 1 purple in the deck. Again, competitively, the only trap that you should really be seeing would be Infinite Impermanence. Again, I play Solemn Strike all the time, so it would work out against me for the Solemn Strikes. You definitely see green light and orange light for the monster effects. And this just lets you build an unnecessary amount of advantage. So it is what it is. The last part is the cards that came off the list entirely. And this is exciting. So again, I did talk about the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Now I'm excited that this is back up to 3. This is what was stopping me from trying to build a Buster Blader deck. Because it's actually the in-deck tuner too. So I really wanted to be able to do that. And again, you could target 1 Buster Blader you control, equip this to it from either the hand or the field. And again, while it's on there, your opponent can't use their extra deck, which is great. And then, of course, you can always special summon this back because it's going to act like an unofficial Union monster. And that's, again, the reason why it was banished in the first place from the game. So the biggest controversial one, sorry, I got these out of order. I got them in alphabetical, not the way that the list is read, sorry. I take that back. Rank up Magic Argent Chaos Force. This spell's coming back up from the forbidden portion of the list. And it does as follows. Target 1 rank 5 or higher Xyz monster that you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 C or C Xyz that is a rank higher than that. By using it as the material and treat this as an Xyz summon. Xyz materials attached to it become materials of the new monster. When a rank 5 or higher Xyz monsters is special summoned to your side of the field, while this card is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can add this back to the hand. You may use this effect only once per duel. And now this is what we consider like, again, a hard once per turn or once per duel, because again, we have the name of it in quotes. It's not this card. It's specifically cards with that name. And so this was very good. This generates extra advantage. And I could see why it was gone for so long. and now it's back. So maybe we're going to see some more Xyz plays, which would be really cool. I do have Duelist, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier. This guy's going from 1 to 3. We only need one more Ice Barrier character, my friends. We just need regular Trishula to go back to 3. And then we can play the Ice Barrier structure deck at literally whatever power level you want. And this couldn't have happened any better, except if maybe the deck wasn't released in February. If it was released a week from today, this would be even more value to the players. Again, for everybody who doesn't know what he does, he's a tuner plus non-tuner waters. 6 stars. You can target any number of other face-up cards you control, return them to the hand, and if you do, gain a 500 attack per card until the end of the turn, using this effect only once per turn. And one of the things that I was doing with the structure deck was I was using the trap card, the Crackdown. And again, one of our viewers reminded me that Gamma CL is absolutely a card. Just didn't know why I didn't think about adding a Kaiju into my build anyway. And a fun technique, especially if you're just out there to have some fun. You can go into this guy. After you Kaiju something that your opponent has that's maybe going to give you some trouble, like Dragoon, Kaiju the Dragoon with Gamma CL, hit it with the Crackdown, sink into this, bounce the Crackdown in the Gamma CL. You get to use the Crackdown twice and the Kaiju twice. And now that this guy's up to 3, even better. Next up, Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer. This guy's pretty cool. He's an 8-star. This guy's going from 1 to 3. Tuner plus a non-tuner pendulum monsters. Once per turn, target a pendulum monster on the field or one in the pendulum zone. Destroy that, and if you do, shuffle 1 card on the field into the deck. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 Draco Slayer from your deck of defense, but it cannot be used for synchro material for a summon. Now, with another card that's going to be on the list, and I'm going to cover it now, this would be the only card I don't actually own, would be the True King's Return Trap. This card is going from 0 to, this is going from 2 to 3. And what this does for you is if this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, target a monster on the field, destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects in the same chain, which is cool because this is continuous traps. So the first effect, you can target 1 True Draco or True King in the graveyard, special summon in defense, and for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon. Or during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True Draco or True King monster face up, using each of these effects only once per turn. So again, it has an effect if it gets blown up, or apparently you can do these effects as well. And again, that seems pretty cool. So that's back to 3. And I'm feeling like we're going to get to see some more pendulum. It seems like Konami's trying to open it back up and maybe not level the playing field, but definitely try to encourage more players to play more decks. All right, what else do we got? We got the Firewall Dragon. This was, I think, one of the first links to actually go to the ban list. It was 2+ monsters. It's obviously a rank 4. Once while the face up on the field, quick effect. You can target monsters on the field and or graveyard up to the number of monsters co-linked to this card, return them to the hand. If this card is, if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. And again, there was a giant burn loop centered around this. I'm not sure. Maybe he just got an errata, and that could be why he's been let back in. This is my Mega Pack 18 version. It's the only one I have, and I forgot to check erratas before I got on here. Last card, another one that I'm very excited for. Somebody did ask if I could do a Phantom Knights build, and with this, absolutely going to give it a go. This is going to be any 2+ darks. This is the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardyke, and this boy was in the last bit of the legendary decks, and I'm kind of waiting for this year's version, see if they're going to discontinue that or continue their trend, because that would be amazing. And this guy went away almost simultaneously with Malicious going down to 2. And then fun thing about Malicious, he's the only card at 2 right now, so that's funny. The effect here, during the main phase, you can send 1 Phantom Knights monster from the deck to the graveyard, then set a Phantom Knight spell trap directly from the deck to the spell trap zone. If a Dark Xyz monster or monster is a special summon into a zone this card points to, while this monster is on the field, except during the damage step, you may target 1 card on the field and destroy it. You can only use each effect once per turn, and he can never be used as link material, which again is fine. He's sort of like the end of the road. And one of the big things was, if you had Reinforcement of the Army or you pulled your Armageddon Knight, you were able to, with Malicious at 3, link climb insanely quick by pitching a Malicious, then activating effect, bringing it to board, going into the Phantom Knight 2, or going into something generic like Wee Witch, and then doing it one more time by banishing out the second copy of Malicious to generate the third. So that was not bad. Again, I'm not sure why Firewall Dragon seems to get the reprieve and come back to us a day sooner than everything else. And that's on a Sunday, so I'm not sure. Was there an event that was going to happen right then, maybe? It just seems a little weird. I'm not going to argue with it. I hope this helps you guys. And just before I let you guys go, one little quick update on the family. Everybody's home again. Everybody is now tested negative for COVID. We are all good. We are all in good health. I'd like to thank everybody for all the thoughts and all the comments and all the love that was shared. Thank you. That was amazing. And since we're back to that and everything in my little area here has been thoroughly disinfected, I will start doing the giveaways again this next week. We will go back to the traditional format where I announce the winners on Sunday. I have Celestial running the comments right now. We're using any comments from the entire time that it was down. Human Spider, you did get back to me. I just want to let you know I did not forget. I will be sending that out here in a day or so for you. Hopefully better late than never, but we will definitely get you your prize. And we will start sending everybody some free cards again. So just do me one favor, guys. Have a great day. And do a card of the day tomorrow. I'll see you then. Later.